we have some controversial things to talk about. That's for sure about your game. Um, but you know what? I bought your game and I've been playing it. I actually really enjoy it. It's really um it's really relaxing. I actually have my daughter playing it too because she's kind of a maniac, and I was like, here, do this. Just slow down and like, just a fun connect the dot,
Mhm.
and it's just it's relaxing.
And
So
and like does it have her like it has her like calm down and everything?
yeah, well, because you have to sit there and you have to like focus a little bit, be like, okay, four, yeah, and you have to connect, and because you have the numbers on how many you have to connect to make the box or make your shape or whatever. And
Yeah.
so like it gets her to like sit there and like hone in and focus in on it. And so it actually gets her to like kind of like relax.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I
Mhm.
mean it's awesome. I like it.
That
It's a
that
really
that
cool
is
game.
like a really cool thing to like hear about. Like one of the best thing that to me as a game developer is hearing like how other people feedback about like my game, like the game that I made, and then like
Mhm.
how fun they were having or stuff like that, or like what kind of value or things that they see in my game. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it is something like I haven't even thought about it. But then like people look at that and then people are like, okay, I like this because this it makes me like this. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Glad you like that. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's definitely fun. I'm gonna go back and play more of it for sure. Man, I've been so busy. I haven't had a chance to play. The little bit that I've played has been like the little bit of time that I've been able to have. But yeah, it's actually really fun. I enjoy it because it's soothing, it's relaxing, it's entertaining. I enjoy it. And so, which kind of brings me to, I guess, a little bit of the controversial topic, which is if you hadn't had told me about the music beforehand, I wouldn't have even known. And I think that's really interesting, because I've used this, or I've said this before, as far as when it comes to AI and using AI in games. And certain things that you use, you never know it's there. Like for instance, code. If you used a little bit of code in AI, anyone that played would have no idea. They'd have no clue because you don't see it. There's
Yeah.
no actual you have no way of knowing unless you had some nerd get on there and actually dig into the code and be like, oh, they used AI, and be like, okay, nobody cares,
Yeah.
because it functions and it works. But
Mhm.
the second you use AI in art, or in your case, music, people want to just go ballistic, absolutely
Yeah.
bananas, because they get that actual visible or feedback from it. But I think the way you did it was smart. I think the way you did it was, it's not like, sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. Because I think there's a lot of people that are so insane about AI. But then there's people like me that are much more neutral on the topic. And I think the way that you went about it was subtle. It was subtle, and I feel like it's very digestible because it's very I don't know. Anyway, you can take it from there, I guess. But that was kind of my thought on it,
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
like I
I
think
get it.
people are insane generally, and I think the way that you guys went about it was it makes sense for your project. I think it makes sense.
Yeah. And like to me, I think like all of the asset flip games that is like on Steam and even on console
Right.
right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Right. I mean, like if we use a lot of AI, then it will be almost the same as like making an assisted game. You just
Mm.
like go to the asset store, you buy the model, you buy the music, you put in the game, right? And people will call it like it's a low effort product. So I guess
Yeah.
that from that point of view, then people will think like, okay, those guys are using AI. That means low effort, right?
Yeah.
Because like you didn't even bother to like I don't know draw the ad, compose the music, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But in our case, it's actually like kind of different because we don't really want to use AI, but we need to use AI to fill the gap. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why there's only one song in the game that is generated by AI, and other than that we try to make our own song, and we find royalty free music online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to us, like, AI is a great tool because it helps us get something done. Like, without it, then we wouldn't even be able to get like the thing done at all.
Yeah.
But like,
And
we
I
still use it with care. Like
yeah.
we know what we want. We know what we want to do, and so like we are kind of like, I don't know, maybe something like struggling with it, like fight with the AI to like somehow
Yeah.
to get what we decide.
Yeah. Well, I think you actually put it really good. I liked what you said there, which was it fills the gap, you know, and instead of, I mean, a lot of people like to play this game when the AI argument comes up and they're like, well, just hire somebody or just ask somebody and they'll be willing to do it. I'm like, I don't think they realize how unwilling most people actually are to do something for free for a long period of time. And that's, I think, the big distinction. Like, you know, these keyboard warriors that get on there and like to just complain about stuff that don't actually contribute or build anything. It's like, it's not easy. And AI has created a little bit of this like that gap filling, you know. That's like, you had you have everything else covered in your project, and you're like, but we needed this one piece, you know what I mean, to kind of get
Yeah.
us from here to here. And it's like, I think those little jumps or those small inputs that you need to kind of get the project over the hump has lowered the playing field in a positive way. Now, there's obviously a lot of negative with what AI has done. Like you see these people that basically make their entire project out of AI. They just sit there and prompt their way into existence.
Yeah. By
But
coding.
yeah, but I think but the thing is like, even when those things hit the market, it's not like all of a sudden those hit the market and then there's just this wild success. You know what I mean? And so it's like, when people do that, it's not because it feels like an unauthentic piece of unauthentic project or game or something like that, because of how overused AI is. But if you can use it smartly, like a good example, I mean, you're not a native English speaker, so I'm assuming you used a little bit of ChatGPT on some aspects, on some of the dialogue potentially.
Actually, we don't. I think so because like I am not like the only writer in the team. There's
Oh, okay.
not, yeah, but I think
Sorry
that
for
we
my
didn't.
assumption.
Yeah. It's okay. And actually, like, we did get some feedback about like the quality of the text is not that good.
Okay.
But like we are cool with it. Like we know English, we know Vietnamese. When we can translate, it's not like very well made like English sentences, but like that's what we did.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
we
but
did
that
use ChatGPT for some help, like in something like, for example, like sometimes we need to like express something, right? And then
right.
we can find a way to like express it like make it flow nicely, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
gonna ask ChatGPT to like rephrase this sentence for me so that it sounds nice.
Yeah. And then I think I'm a native English speaker and I use ChatGPT for that. I'll be like writing an email and
Yeah.
I'm like, this is terrible. I'm like, I don't know what I wrote, but it's terrible. And I'll shove it into ChatGPT. I'm like, and I'm such a barbarian because I'm like, make it sound better. That's literally my prompt. You know what I mean? And I'll throw it in
Yeah.
there and then it spits it out. I'm like, thank you, robot. And so, but it's just like, I like this. I think this, what I've said before is just like, over time, it's, it's going to be more, expected in a lot of aspects, like AI, especially integrating into the wild in a way. It's going to be expected to fill those types of gaps. And not only that, it makes the individual artist, like for instance, a musician or an artist or a copyright writer or all of these different things, if I feel like these professions need to learn to adapt and use the technology to make themselves more efficient. That's what I believe. I'm like, and I feel like that's the direction or road that we're headed on. Now, there's a little bit of overcorrection because my wife, she does social media marketing for like
Hmm.
small businesses and things like that, coaches,
Yeah.
etc. And she uses it a lot for a lot of copywriting and things like that. And it's funny because she's found herself when ChatGPT is down, she's like, I don't know how to work. Like because now it's getting to a point where I feel like there's a little bit of over reliance on it, where like you
Yeah.
almost forget how to actually do the thing that you're supposed to do. And so she's ran into that a couple times, and I'm like, anyway, that was a digression. I just thought that was
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah. So like actually like in terms of artists using AI, I have also like a bit of story too. So recently my dad, who is an artist, so he
Mhm.
was like traditionally trained as an artist, like he draw like oil paint and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I introduced him to ChatGPT, so like, because he was working on a project like that, not like related to painting at all. But then he found out he could input an image into ChatGPT and ask it to do a size transfer. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" He was so blown away with
Oh
it.
wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so what he did is he took a picture, so like of something that he thinks that like the composition is nice, right? They put in
Right.
ChatGPT and he asked it to like turn it into an abstract painting and then do some sort of style transfer between the different artists. And he looked at that and like, oh, this is very nice. I have like a lot of inspiration from like talking with this bot, like good bot.
Oh yeah. That's a good, I mean, that's like one of that's one of those situations where it's like it's so useful. You know what I mean? That's such a useful ability or useful tool that AI is able to add or give the ability. I think I one of the things I think is just like with AI, because obviously over time we've had technology displace people, we've had technology we've had this technology change the way we use things. Like, I mean, once upon a time we sat there and we painted and drew and all that stuff, and now most of it's just done on the computer with
Yeah.
programs and software. And it's like, to make a perfect circle, that technical or tactile skill is less important now because you
Mhm.
can actually just draw or make. Yeah, I mean, with a Premiere Pro, you can just sit there and then hold the circle and then it makes a perfect circle. How
Yeah.
many artists do that over drawing a perfect circle at
Yeah.
this point? Right? And so
Yeah.
it's like, but I think the big barrier, the big issue is the leap. Like, it's almost every like technical advancement or thing has been somewhat of a little bit of a incremental leap. Like each one, it's almost felt like, okay, this is easy. This is you can digest this. You can digest this leap. You can digest this leap to each technological leap. Where I feel like the the barrier, the biggest issue is the technological leap from where we are or where we were before AI to where AI is was such a large leap. It was like it wasn't gradual. It wasn't like slow. It was very much like we're here and all of a sudden it's here. And people are like, whoa. I've used this analogy before where like, we've had like the witches and stuff like that. Like I feel like people just like when they see it, they just kind of like, it's a witch, it's magic, get
Yeah.
rid of it. It's too much. I can't comprehend. You know what I mean? And
I
it's like,
get it.
just calm down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like it is kind of similar to like how when photography was invented, right? And then people were like, "Okay, art is dead because if you can take a photo, then why do you need to paint the painting?"
It's so true. It's so true. It's so true. Anyway,
But then, like,
we went off on
yeah,
a huge AI tangent. But anyway, give me now I want to know about I want to and how do you say it's Ursid, how do you say it?
it's OC.
Ursid?
Yeah,
Ursid,
it's
got it.
OC.
How do you give me the background? So like what was your initial concepts, and give me a little bit of the backstory on you creating this game.
Yeah. Okay. So wow. Where where do I begin? I've been always wanting to make games, right? And I decided that okay, since in Vietnam there's no game school, I decided to went to the US to study game.
Oh wow, very cool.
Yeah, and then when I got to the US and I was done with my study, I realized that wow, this place is very hard for foreigner to find work. And so that's one thing, right? And the other thing is that since that I know that I always want to make game, and I think that indie is like the best way for me to make my own game, not like someone
Mhm.
else game. So I decided to return to Vietnam, and then that's when I joined VNG, which is like one of like the biggest gaming corporation in Vietnam.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and that's where I met like my teammate.
Okay.
Yeah. So like with us, we were just literally like hanging out and talking about game design together. So like the funny thing is there are four people in the Ursid team, and three of them, including me, are game designers. So
Oh
like
wow,
we were
that's
working as game designer at
yeah.
VNG. Yeah. And
That's sorry, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so we just kind of like know each other like very well because like we had time to talk about game design to each other, and so we realized that like okay, these are people that I think that I can work with, and the same with
Mm.
like the other two too. Like they are kind of very very picky. I don't know like if every game designer is like that, but no, they are very picky about like what kind of game do they like and
Mhm,
who
mhm.
they prefer to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I quit the job, and then a few months later, I think like maybe like 3 or 4 months later, another guy quit the job, and then 4 months later, another guy quit the job, and so and so we three decided that okay, the time is now. We have to make an indie game because we have nothing to do now. Actually, like
Yeah.
we can find job, but we were kind of like burned out because of the whole job industry, like game industry in Vietnam.
Mhm.
Hmm. And so we decided to start Ursid. So
Mm.
yeah, so like originally we didn't have like an idea yet. So the three of us, each one pitched an idea. I pitched one. Um, our artist slash game designer pick one, and then our level designer pick one, and then
Mhm.
which one was chosen?
Mm.
The
So
one
and that's
from the level designer.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the how um Ursid kind of was formed was basically you guys will just pitched ideas to each other and we're like, I guess we'll go with that one.
Yeah, because like one of the big thing is so why we were burned out because of the game industry in Vietnam, because like almost every single company in Vietnam is making mobile game. Yeah, and like our passion is in like I don't want to say like a real game, but like sometimes it feels like a premium game feels I don't know more feature complete
Yeah.
compared
I
to
feel like
like
there's probably a word for it and I can't think of it, but like I know what you mean because obviously mobile games, I mean, you could look at I mean, there's tons of mobile games that are very, very, very successful. I mean, Angry Birds and obviously tons of like, big games have come from mobile. And
yeah
so I get what you mean, but I think what happened was it's like almost the peak of really solid mobile games or like the peak had already happened and now it's like almost like just a bunch of bloatware almost in a way like a lot of the mobile games out there is just like turn and burn like try and get something out there try and capitalize as much
yeah
microtransactions as we
mhm,
can and just this type of clicky quick type of thing and it's also like the experience with a mobile game uh the game experience compared to something you sit down and play on your computer or on a console compared to something you play on your phone, the experiences are different. You almost need something very short, attention span, quick, turn and burn, where you can be slower. And like, especially with your game, it's very, I mean, you want to sit there and focus and play and, connect the dots
Yeah.
in a way.
Mhm.
And so it's like, those are just those styles are different. And all the audiences are different. When I'm looking to play something on mobile is not the same thing that I want to play on a computer. It's just two completely different type
Yeah.
of audiences.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. It's not one's greater than the other. They're just different. They're just two different
Yeah.
types of
Yeah.
markets.
So yeah, so like, and we were like very deep into like designing mobile games. So we were kind of fed up with like how to design like some like in-app purchase bundles, how to make like new offer for the players, how to retain players, how to make like the players pay for the game, stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like I mean, those are like some serious art to to do that, but we were just kind of burn out. We just want to do something like, okay, here's the full game, buy our game, have fun with it, thank you.
Yeah. It's just a different philosophy for sure. I mean, it's a, like I said, it's not one greater than the other necessarily, but there's a different methodology when making something you put on a console or put on the computer or something like that.
Yeah,
What you're trying to do, the way you monetize it, and etc. is just
this is a
different,
different. This is a different.
Yeah, and the audience too. I mean, when I
Yeah,
play a mobile game, I expect a ton of microtransactions, especially it's like free game. And I'm like, is it
yeah,
free? Is it free? And then you go on there and it's ad after ad after ad plus microtransaction, buy with no ads. I get it. And compared to your game is on sale right now for $4.99. Come very reasonable, and you get the full thing. You get the full experience. I don't have to worry
yeah,
about ad pop-ups. I don't have to worry about additional DLCs or anything else. It's just like, here's a game. $4.99 I think is very fair for your game because you actually have a lot of content in your game. When I
yeah.
started going through it, I was like, holy crap, this is going to take me a minute. Like, I was like surprised. I was like, this is going to take me a minute to actually get through this thing.
Oh yeah, so like about the price point, actually, like there's a funny story about that. That is
Oh yeah.
actually like one of the core design pillars that we set when we first started this project. So because it is our first like Steam game, right? PC game. Actually, like our first game, like we make ourselves too, because like previously we were working as game designers, right? So there's a whole
Right.
team supporting us, but like right now there are only the three of us. No coders, no artists. Just the three of us have to make the game. So we want to make something like small. So one way that we decided to scope it more is that we decided to like sell it like cheaply. So
Okay.
the original plan was like I think $2.99 or something, and then looking back and we were like, okay, so there's a lot of content in this game, so maybe we just should bump into $4.99. So that's like we put a lot of effort into it, and then when people actually play the game, we realized that oh my god, like this game actually has way more content than we even anticipate. Like we look at the player right, and like people like 12 hours, like
Yeah.
16 hours, like oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. And it was surprising to me because you expect $4.99, you expect maybe like 4 or 5 hours, maybe like a
Yeah.
buck an hour type of thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got into it. I got past the tutorial, and then all of a sudden I was able to choose where I wanted to go. I was like, yo, there's a lot of puzzles in here. It's like I was very surprised by it. But it's cool. I mean, I like your game or like your concept because it was like you basically you found your foundation of the core game mechanic and the core game that you wanted to make, which is all it just gets connect the dots essentially, and you're like, oh, but you're this kid and he's going through his own issues, and he has his grandfather's telescope, right, or something like that, or was it what's the beginning of the story? I think, or he gets
So
it as a gift. What was it?
he got it as a gift because his dad is traveling away for work,
That's right.
and you know, like the kid is sick, and his dad is what is that again? As ghost, what like the one who studies the stars and like all the
Ri
yeah, I forgot the word.
Yeah, and so that's
Yeah,
why he's finding the constellations, and
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
connecting the constellations as you
Mhm.
do it. So I like that aspect of it, and it's like you basically created a very simple fundamental as far as like, okay, what's the loop? Oh, the loop is just creating the shapes and the things in the sky, and then tracking them down, and then having a little bit of why he's doing it with the character and his sick and all these different things. And so it's like that loop was, once you figured that loop out, you basically just rinsed and repeat all these different like little maps, like all the different shapes. You just kind of was like, okay, cool. What's a cool shape? Oh, this one. Oh, what's a cool thing? Are they actually based? Obviously, like behind you, I can see like your constellations. So you have
Yeah.
like some of the classic ones like Ursa Major and all these different ones out there, like, uh I don't know much about constellations. I think I said the
It's okay.
one that I knew because I saw the
Yeah.
bear behind you.
Mhm.
But do
So
you have the classics in there as well? Because obviously the first one was like a telescope, I think you make or something like that. I was like, I don't think there's a telescope in the as a constellation. But anyway.
no, they are just like we just find some cool like images to use, and then we just like okay, this looks cool. Let's just use it as like the level. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. So they're all
yeah.
they're just all fictitiously like created, like you just
Mhm.
made a bunch of fun shapes.
I mean, like the stars are fictional, but the constellation is based on real life constellation. So like there's actually like the big bear, right? The little bears, the boat, the deer.
Mm.
All of the constellations are real life constellation.
Okay, sorry. So that is what, yeah, so you do have real
Yeah,
constellations in it.
yeah. But
Additionally,
like
with some of the ones you've made
the
up as well.
yeah, but like the stars, like to have a constellation, you need to have like the stars that make it up, right? Like the
Right.
stars are fictional.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming that would be like a night. Yeah, you would have to actually probably hire uh an astrologer or
Yeah.
something like that, or astronomer. I get them confused. Astrology, astronomy, I get them confused, and I can't remember which one's which. Anyway, but yeah, you'd probably have to hire somebody and be like, chart the sky for me.
Yeah.
Let me put it in my game. I'm sure that would be, yeah. That would take your development time way up. And actually, that brings me a really good question. What was your development time like when making this?
So we started the project on I think when was it again? I think April or May 2023.
Okay, so it's been
Yeah.
a couple years
So
since
yeah,
well,
so
when did it came out? Oh, it just came out last month.
yeah, it came out on March 5th. But like during that time, we like the at first we were jobless, right? Like we didn't like have a full time job. But then me and the one of the other guy we had job. So like the game is something like we work on our free time,
Hmm.
and then
Got it.
like close to the finish. I think like around October last year or November last year, yeah, I can finally say it. Like I quit my job to finish this game. This is like how like people on Reddit write. But I did. I
Yeah,
quit my job to finish this game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually curious. So how's that paid off though? How have we done so far with
Oh, to be honest, it's not good enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh like
We
so
have
so
like we his worth or so. I think like we just kind of like make up the Steam fee and then we have a little bit more.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, I mean, I think it definitely deserves more recognition. I think it's definitely got, you got very good cozy vibes, like as far as, you know, people that are in that genre, that cozy vibe or cozy game type of genre. This is very much a cozy game. This is a very
Thank
much a
you.
game that you can sit down, you can relax, and just connect the dots. I mean, they sell, how many books of Connect the Dots do they sell every single year? And you can
Yeah.
I guarantee you they sell tons of those things. And it's like this is actually a pretty interesting. You know what I just thought of? This is just a thought. Like you can discard it if you care, if you want. But have you thought of like almost like a free play type of idea where people can just connect their own like squares or dots or things like that? Have you guys thought of like some sort of free play type option?
It was actually like one of our first prototype. I think like we had the core gameplay, and then the first thing that I made is I had to check if I can, code the drawing the shape by clicking on dot thing.
Hmm.
So they, yeah, I actually got something like that. It worked okay, I guess.
Okay.
Not very fun.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
like I just throw like a bunch of dots in there, and then like we were just trying to like play around to see how it feel. And
Right.
yeah, and you know what, like similar to like how every single game that have like free form mode, one of the first thing that we try to do is to draw a penis.
It was try to. Oh, geez, yeah, yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would have if you had your Reddit page would just be filled with them. People sitting
It
there's
is
like, look
like,
at this one, look at this one.
and yeah, and after that we realized that like, okay, we need to make the full game. So like, yeah, that is what people is gonna do anyway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. Now that I think about it, you're right. You're absolutely right. Anything phallic, people you give. I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure people that's all they would do. Um, but I mean, back to what I was saying before, as far as cozy goes, it really much falls into that vein of like cozy gamer. Like you want to sit down on the couch and you want to just kind of chill out, especially like people with like anxiety or things like that. Like this is one of those things that like um uh I know with like anxiety, like being able to like focus down onto like one thing and just kind of like calm yourself down. This is one of those things can almost be semi-therapeutic for people that struggle with that. You could just sit down and you can focus in and just connect the dots. I mean, doing something repetitive over and over that makes you have to really focus in can really bring people into calming themselves down. And like I said, I bought it. I like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's good for my daughter because she has very much some hyperactivity and watching her sit there and stare and connect and really try and connect them I think it's cool, it's a cool concept. I think your art, I think it's artistically very interesting. I think anyway, I'm obviously singing your praise,
Thank you.
but that's the essence of this show, which was just me reaching out to people that I think have really cool projects that are potentially having struggles with getting some sort of notoriety or some sort of attention on their project. And I think that they deserve the attention. I think that your game deserves attention. I think it's a cool game, even though you used AI art or AI
Music.
music.
You
Oh
know what?
man.
Like post release, we actually managed to find one musician, and we actually like commissioned him to do three pieces of music for us.
Oh, cool. Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. There. So yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, and that's the other part of it too. And I think we even talked about this when we first talked, which was it's stepping stones. It's like I'm not able to hire the person. Obviously, you'd love to hire everyone to do. You'd love to hire musicians and marketers and all these different people. But it's like when you only have this much resources to
Yeah.
dedicate towards it, you know, it's like obviously as things grow and you gain more resources and people buy it and the thing grows, then you're like, okay, cool. Well, now let me get rid of the AI created generated things and let me add something that somebody really created or whatever. So it's like you get to step up the ladder on building something bigger than where you started. And that's the point that I think I try to drive home with people. It's like it's not like the stuff that you see that people are just trying to turn and burn, throw a bunch of garbage on with AI art and then AI music and all this AI stuff and just try and make a quick buck. I'm like, that's all they'll ever make. If that's all they're trying to achieve is make something in like 3 months with a bunch of AI stuff and just try and make like a few bucks. I'm like, that's all they'll ever achieve is making a few bucks. If you're trying to make something and build something, well, then we can see that. Like the audience or the market or, people that the consumer, we can see that you're trying to do more than just turn and burn, And that's, like I said, for your game for sure. Obviously you're trying to make something more, and your whole story and your background from learning game development, being in the gaming industry, doing game development, branching off and making the leap to just say, I'm going to quit my job and go all in on this thing. I mean, that's important. That's the nuance. That's the things that people want to hear about, because it's obviously the AI stuff gets clicks and you get the lunatics that want to hate on people, but at the end of the day, they're just professional complainers.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, we really went for it. We went over some topics. I was going to go pull up some of your answers on some of these questions. Let's see. Unless there's anything that you think of, while I look at some of these answers.
I don't know. Let So yeah, actually, like that one thing that I do want to talk about is
Sure.
yeah. So it's like one other thing is why I think that one of the things that why our game hasn't been so very well is we couldn't manage to find a publisher for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I think that it really hurt our game because like at first we were so sure about our game, like we are not like very confident about our game. We don't think that our game work. We just think like, okay, this is a neat idea. We made it work, but like, will anyone like it? We don't know.
Mm.
So we tried a bit to reach out to some publisher, but then we kind of like get caught on with finishing the game because we think that the most important thing is to get it out the door, right? And then like maybe just maybe people look at our game and see that like, okay, it looks nice, it's cheap, people gonna buy it. But in reality, they don't. Like
Yeah.
how cheap it is, like despite it is very cheap, right? Like, and look at the review, you can see that like compare, like it is like a very good bang for your buck.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but like people still don't buy it.
Yeah.
So like that, I think that is like one of the mistakes that we made, like pricing the game too cheap, I think. Yeah,
I think you can always raise the price, can't you?
I agree.
No, what I was gonna say was there's a really good analogy when it comes to like the analogy is like bottle of water. You can go to the grocery store, and in America you go buy a bottle of water for like $1, or less sometimes, and then you go to like a really nice hotel and they'll sell you that exact same bottle of water for like $10.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes it just, people see value in different aspects. It just, pricing things too low can't feel like you're getting less value. The way that they measure it is basically like, usually they'll sell things relatively low in business, and then if they have basically too many customers, it's like way too much, like too many sales, then they typically are like, okay, our price is too low, let's raise our price. And then if they have too little customers, maybe our prices are too low. Obviously there's tons of more mechanics behind the scenes, but generally that's kind of a good rule of thumb when you have a commodity, is judging like, okay, are we selling things things flying off the shelf? If they are, then we need to raise prices. If they still fly off the shelf, then we still need to raise prices. I mean, Disney World and Disneyland is a good freaking case study on this. They keep raising the ticket prices, and they've gone to the moon at this point, but it's packed all the time. So it's at this point you're just kind of go, well, people keep showing up. Of course they're going to keep raising the damn prices.
Yeah, and then like if you want to actually like ride the rides, then you actually have to like buy the fast pass.
Oh.
Like,
Don't even get me started with it. Oh my God. Yo, I miss the days of just fast pass where you could walk up to the kiosk and you could get your little fast pass for the ride that you want to go on. It was a fair system. Nobody was upset about this. Everyone loved that system. Sometimes they'd run out and you'd be like, especially if it was a ride that everyone wanted to ride it, but that was a fair system. And now they sit in here and like $30 more a ticket. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? I think it's actually more than that. It's probably more than that.
And I think
But
small.
anyway, oh, freaking A. That drives me absolute batshit. That makes me crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway. And we still go. A damn mouse keeps taking my damn money. Oh, man. Where was I going to go with that? But yeah, as far as price goes, yeah, I mean, it's a delicate process. Have you tried to promote the game through any, because I'm sure there's like these cozy communities types of stuff. Where have you tried to promote the game in, like, as far as your marketing efforts? Because obviously at this point you mean you had to self-publish, you tried to find a publisher, it didn't quite work out. So like, what has been your marketing journey as far as getting any attention on the game?
I think that so actually like yeah, we were more serious about getting the game. I think like around November last year when we decided okay, like the game is in good enough shape so that we can show to other people. Actually, like I think that if like if I were making the game now, then I would show the game like much earlier. That was like a very huge mistake of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we were very we weren't confident about our game at all.
Yeah.
So that's why like we decided to delay it a lot. So November last year we decided to create like social media accounts for our studio and the game. So we create account on X, on Blue Sky, on Thread, and we started to like posting stuff on it. So we had a schedule. So 2 posts per week, and each week one of the three of us will handle the social account. So all three of us are community manager.
No, oh man. But I mean, with marketing for sure, it really takes it can take an army for marketing. Everyone, I implored my own team to basically, like, we all basically have to be hitting it.
Yeah.
Because obviously, as you know, I'm making my own game too. So it's like you gotta attack it from so many different angles, and there's so much out there, and it's like crazy because you never know what's gonna take off. So it's like you gotta just be putting everything you can out there.
Yeah.
And hope to God that something takes off at some point before your release date or your demo or whatever you want to, wherever you're at in your development. And
but
so,
yeah,
I mean,
like,
I was just about to say, but those are some good lessons. Like looking back, you're like, okay, well, did you have a demo out before, or did you guys just straight to launch?
okay. Yeah, it's like another funny thing. So we did try to join. We did have, like in I don't know, in March, right? There's a next patch.
Right.
Yeah. So we did plan to join the next patch, but then our like our planned release date is actually like earlier than the next patch, right? And so we thought that like we couldn't we're gonna release the game before the next patch, so we couldn't make it. So let's just skip the next patch registration, and that was like I think December or January, something like that. And then when the time comes, we realized that like we couldn't make it, so we just skip the next patch for nothing.
Oh no. Oh man.
That's like
there
another
are some
huge lesson.
there are some lessons to be learned here.
Yeah.
No. Oh, what a bummer. You know what, I think they this may be too much, but I think they allow like DLCs or things like that into next. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they allow certain things like that, like additions or expansions or whatever for your game, but like make like an additional piece that you might be able to add into a next fest. You know what I mean? So that way, at least you can still participate in that type of, activity in some form or some fashion. And have you explored other types of Steam fests and things like that? I know they have tons of them, like puzzles and
Yeah.
and cozy games and things like that, like ones that you can probably participate in.
Actually, like I did look through the theme calendar, and actually, there's nothing that is fit for our game like this year, which is a bummer. I think last year
Mm.
they have like cozy game fest and puzzle fest, right? And this year they have what Sukuban fest,
Which one? What is it?
the box pushing fest
Oh,
that is
boat.
currently
Oh,
on
yeah,
right now.
that's right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the Sukuban fest. I was like, oh, okay, that is like very niche, but I guess that
Yeah, it is
those
very
games need some
niche.
love too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. They got
So
some really strange, yeah, puzzle box or box pushing fest.
actually, like one of the like best game like puzzle game out there is Sokoban. Like Baba Steel, it is Sokoban, and Paycheck
Mm,
Paramount. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know this genre very well at all, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's literally pushing boxes, though. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally like pushing boxes. Okay.
Yeah. There's like a
That's
whole
funny.
genre of game is just you pushing something.
Yeah, that's funny. Um, yeah, I'd love to see, I mean, I'd love to see your game get some more attention for sure. I think it deserves, if there's things like, there's so many games out there that have gotten attention when they really, in my opinion, shouldn't have gotten any attention. And I think yours is such a good, um, I think it definitely has a market, a specific market of people that will love your game. There's a guy that I talked to that made he made kind of like it's not really a horror. I don't know how to explain this. It's like a pseudo horror, and he made a film and he kind of built a little bit of an audience, but that's such a niche or small audience, or such a very, there's an audience that love that type of genre, camera, like Blair Witch type of stuff. They love it. And he
Yeah.
found a little bit of an audience there. And now he's able to kind of market his type of creations through that type of market. And I feel like there's a that same type of market, not that market specifically, but there's a market that will love your game. And if you can just find who they are, and you're able to put it in front of them, they'll devour everything you give them,
Yeah.
basically.
Actually, like we tried, like there's a lot of cozy game subreddit out there, and then also like some Discord server for cozy gaming and cozy gamers, right?
Mm,
But they have like a very strict rule about no promotion,
give
and
me a break.
yeah, and like
Give me a
if
break.
we decided to like do some promoting, and actually like our team did some promotion on one of the Discord, um and we got banned for it, and then there's like a
Oh
whole new
my
rule about
god.
like there's no
I'll go
promotion
post it
allowed.
on there.
Yeah.
I'll go post it. I'm not promoting it. I mean, I'm not self-promoting it. I'll go post it on there. Sometimes these Reddit moderators, such little power goes to their head. It's silly. I'm like, you're clearly putting your product or your thing in the community that would be interested in it. Clearly, that's like, we like cozy games. You're like, oh well, here's my cozy game. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's nuts. That's absolutely nuts.
So we
These people,
so
yeah,
so
they're crazy. Sorry.
yeah. And like yeah, I get it. But like to have like kind of like keep going around to try to like blend in, and then
Uh-huh. Yeah,
yeah,
I know what you mean.
do contribution to the community. I think which is nice because like I get it. Like they don't want someone to just come in, buy our game, and then get out. Like they're trying to build a community. I get it, but like it is also like very hard for us to like get the word out, and it is such like a different audience compared to like horror fan. Horror fans are like, okay, this looks trashy. I like it. It's like me horror flick. I like it. Whatever you want, stuff like that. But like cozy gamers, they are hard to please.
That's I can see it. I can get it. They do seem like they might be the type that are a little bit we don't have to go into that. But anyway. No, but I see what you now that's actually kind of I was going to ask you, have you reached out to any cozy gamer influencers or things like that?
No, we haven't yet. Like I thought maybe I did. I don't remember. Like I did send some email, but there's no like return. So I guess that's like you
got to send thousands upon thousands upon thousands.
I know. That's like the other thing. Like like after like self-publishing, I just wish that like we could find a publisher to handle all those things for us. Like before all this, right? I read online and people was like, if you can self-publish, then you should. If you don't like if you don't in like a financially difficult situation, then you don't need publisher. Just self-publish your game, because like publisher is good for like money that they give like the fans, right? So that like you can niche your game. But no, it's not. Like, okay, I'm not in like a financially difficult position. I can still make my game fine, but oh my god, that is a lot of work to actually like get the game out. And it's like even harder. It is even harder because like like I'm in Vietnam, and my collection, they just know how to publish like mobile games. They never work on like a Steam game.
Interesting. Okay, that is different. That is interesting. What a mountain for sure. Trying to think, because that is interesting too as far as publishers, because there are the knee-jerk reaction when you think about indie that I'm gonna self-publish, I'm gonna do it myself, I'm gonna solo dev or self-publish or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, the drawback on that is like you having to do all of the marketing lift. And if you haven't been around or keen to the marketing endeavor, there's a reason why AAAs or even really there's a reason why most industries spend an exuberant amount of money on marketing. It is not easy, first of all, and it is a mountain of work. It is community involvement. It is making videos. It's making content. It's reaching out to publisher or news publications. It's reaching out. It's just the amount of work that goes into actually getting attention or getting that marketing piece of it is, you're like, get to a point you're like, shit, I'll give a publisher whatever percentage that they want to do that, because it's such a mountain. And at the end of the day, if you're a coder, if you're the designer, you're like, I'd rather just focus on the thing I'm good at. I want to just build the game and focus on that and let somebody else handle selling it. But that's a good point.
And like, I think that I'm not like really like a very introvert person, and then I can see that a lot of devs out there, they are even like more introverted than me, and I have a hard time to promoting my game. Then how comes like all those devs can do that? Like they can't. They can't even talk about their game. Then how can like they get people to buy their game?
I feel like a lot of the time when you find these games, those types of scenarios, it's like I think it's the viral effect. I think it's like one person that has an audience maybe picks it up or something or another, picks it up for whatever reason they decide to pick it up. Because you can't, it's such a free flowing type of thing out there as far as content creators go. somebody might just pick something up just to pick something up and then stream it, and then all of a sudden their game explodes out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden that's where they got all their attention. I mean, Vampire Survivor is a great example of that. I mean, I
Right.
feel like there wasn't a huge following on Vampire Survivor. People played it, it was fun, but it was like then all of a sudden, I don't know, a couple streamers or something picked it up, but like big streamers, and then that game just went absolutely insane. It
Yeah.
freaking went to the moon and back. And I mean, if you look at the game itself, it's, you know, it's very simple. It's, you know, it's nothing, it's very unassuming for sure. And then yeah, it just it's but that comes down to a little bit, I mean, you're either really lucky or you actually it's an effective marketing campaign of you just hammering stuff out there and eventually someone finally grabbed it and took off with it. And if you're not willing or not necessarily willing, if the marketing portion is just beyond scope, then a publisher makes sense. You know what I mean? Trying to find someone to
Yeah.
publish your game makes
Yeah.
sense.
So yeah, like even though like our game is not like, you know, a very big success, actually like we still have some plans to update it. So we are going to have like 7 extra levels and an epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that is like one thing we can, you know, like properly like finish the story, because like the story in the game currently is finished, but it's like we talk about it and we feel like it feels kind of like unfair. We need to give like the audience some closure. And
No.
yeah, so we decided to like, okay, fine, we still need the epilogue to like, you know, properly like tie everything together like in the story wise, and then we decided to create like 7 new extra levels for it. Yeah.
Is that going to be like a DLC, or is it going to be a separate like thing you put out on Steam, like a Ursid 2 type of thing, or Ursid, you know, epilogue, or is it just going to be something DLC on the current game?
It's gonna be a free DLC.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is like another thing that we are kind of like plan to do is because, you know, our game release is so close to the spring sale. So I think that is a lot of our visibility is lost due to that. Our Steam page is only live, I think, like maybe like 10 days before the spring sale. So we lose a lot of momentum during that time. So what we try to do is Steam allow us to do like discount and what is that again? I think like update visibility push or something like that.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay.
yeah, so what we trying to do is we will time the big update with like, you know, a discount, and then let everyone know that okay, we update the game, so maybe you try it, something like that.
Yeah.
And we're also working on a demo right now, so that people who will look at it and find it, like people are interested in our Steam page, right? They're gonna try the demo, and if it's like the game for them, then they're gonna buy it.
I was just
Hopefully.
about to say, actually, I think you can still put out a demo and then you can still submit it to Steam Fest, right?
No, I don't think so. So like if it is
Oh,
released,
so if the
then we
game's
can.
out, you can't
Yeah. Next
go
patch
into
is
Steam
only
Fest?
like pre-release game only. I don't know that. I have to like take a look. But
What
yeah,
a
I
pain
think
in the
so.
butt.
And
What a pain.
you know what? So like there's like another funny story that we're actually working on the mobile version of it right now.
It's classic, actually.
Return to the root.
Yeah. No, 100%, yeah. But, you know, I mean, what you know, what you kind of learned from release with how you went with Steam, you might be able to find that success through releasing onto mobile. Like as far as some of the things that we missed out on, like, you know, doing the Steam Fest and things like that. Now it's kind of like, okay, well, at least you have the game. Now you just obviously have to do a lot of the porting mechanic, back end stuff, but you basically almost get like another shot at like another release,
Yeah.
because then what you can do, you can almost reverse engineer it in a way. You have a really good mobile launch, and then people backwards find out that the game's also on Steam, and then it kind of like redirects them back into Steam as well. So you have a little bit of an ecosystem thing going on there where
Mhm.
people find them. You have a strong, successful mobile launch, then people find the way back to Steam. But anyway, that could possibly happen too.
Yeah, I hope so. But like it is not gonna be like the same Ursid that you know and love on Steam.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna be something like very free to play, free to play type of thing.
Mm.
So like we're
Which
gonna
is
like
probably a good thing. It's different though, because
yeah.
in that way people do want to go and buy the game or play the game on Steam. So if it's different here, but then it's different on the computer, then it's like cool. That I can have different
Yeah.
experiences.
So like yeah, not what you say is true. Like so we're gonna like redesign all the level on the mobile version so that it will
Mm.
be like shorter, easier. So you can play it in like 2 to 3 minutes per level, something like that. It fit with like like mobile audience.
No, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, then hopefully that like when people play like the mobile version, they will see that like, oh, okay, this game is very cool, and I want to like play the real game. Then I mean, like, not the real game, but like I don't know, like
I know what you
more
mean. Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
flesh
Yeah.
out version of this. Then
Well,
yeah, go play it on Steam. You can still buy it. It's cheap. Go buy it.
you're gonna get mobile designers to hate you. He just called my game not real.
But I'm also a mobile game designer too, so like I know that
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No, think that's cool. I think that's smart. I think it's cool to make the games a little bit different, because that way you can I mean, if it was just a direct port, I mean, then you would have no reason to go and play the one on Steam necessarily. But having it slightly different then gives people a reason to be like, oh well, let me see what it's like on the computer or on Steam or whatever. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So like it's just what we are currently like trying to do right now, like trying to sell the game, trying to make the mobile version, and also thinking about our next game. We also have planned to make the next game. Yeah.
Did you guys pull one of the other ideas out of the hat? So like how you guys all were like, let's make this game, let's make this game, let's make this game. They're like, okay, well, let's do his now or something like that. How'd you guys go about deciding what's the next one?
So like actually like we learn a lot of lesson with our seed. So the next one is like a whole new idea. So
Okay.
there's like this website, I don't know if you know it, like how to market the game.
I do know.
Yeah. And yeah, he talked about like what is like the best kind of game for Steam audience, right?
Mhm.
And it makes a lot of sense. So we look through that and we're like, okay, so the next game should be something that kind of
Making
like
a horror game.
no, not really horror game.
I know that's one of the things he says a lot though, is like horror
Yeah,
games are the best game to sell ever, make or whatever. Anyway.
I agree with that. Like my teammate, he was so like, let's make a horror game. Let's make a horror game because like
Yeah.
the the game industry, like the PC game industry in Vietnam is very small, right? There's
Mm.
not like a lot of studio though, and one of the largest Vietnamese game for Steam, of course, out there is horror game. So like there are three of
Oh,
them, and all of them are horrors. I was like, oh, okay,
Jesus. Uh,
we don't want that.
so what are we making?
So the plan is something that is, I don't know, maybe something that is more like an kind of like idle or clicker type of game, like incremental game, and
Oh, okay.
with some sort of like roguelike element to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it
roguelite is on fire right now.
yeah,
Everything's roguelite right now.
I know. But it really like satisfy our game designer side, because when designing a roguelike or designing an incremental game, we have to focus on the mechanic. We have to focus
Mm-hmm.
on like the balancing. So like
Mm-hmm.
that is like the bulk of the work is writing like great mechanic, finding out like how to make things work so that it will create like great synergy, stuff like that. And that is something that we love. We love to do.
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
makes. I mean, you guys are all game designers, so it's like it makes sense. Something very similar with everyone is like, people just in this game devs. I'm like, you kind of have to love making games. You know what I mean? You kind of have to
Yeah.
love thinking the process through on how do I make a game and what are the elements that make a good game. And I made a chart, not really a chart, but I was talking to my other devs and I was kind of going over like what makes a really good game. Um, I wonder if I can pull it up real quick actually, but it was this was just my own personal opinions on the matter. But it was like, here we go. It was like what are like there's like four like pillars in my opinion that like kind of like make like a good experience or a good game. And one of those is like the time played or like the ladder, like my progression, my general progression. Does it have good progression? Like every time I do something I feel like I've increased a little bit, and whether it be levels, whether it be achievements, whether it be something that I gain to make myself feel like I'm progressing in it. Does the game make me feel, and then that's like one thing, that does the game make me feel powerful? Do I feel like I'm either completely in control of my world or what I'm doing, or if I feel like I'm the hero, I'm the badass in this game? And is it visually appealing when I look at the game? Do I like looking at it? Is it fun for me to look at? Do I feel like it's interesting? And then the last thing is like, is there good like randomness, something that makes it like interesting, like something that, and almost like a roll of the dice that makes me kind of
Yeah.
like every experience or everything that I
Mhm.
do is going to be unique in its own
Yeah.
way. Those are kind of like my four little like, these is something I totally created on my own.
Mhm.
That's like when I think of like what games I enjoy or I like those are the four pillars. Like if you can be stellar in all four of those, I feel like you got a great game. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, actually, like I agree with a lot of that because, like like except like especially with like the last one, like with the randomness into it.
Yeah,
Like a game is fun because it is interactive, right? It's not like a movie or like a book or something that you can just enjoy it linearly from start to end. The fun is there's agency into it, and
right,
what fun is agency is that like there's something like random. You can't solve everything. You don't know what is like going to happen next. So
mm,
that is what get you to act, or else you just like, okay, I'm just follow the same route, right?
right, right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's what makes the game fun. So there definitely has to be some sort of randomness to it, like something to make the player actually think, not autopilot.
yeah. And then I guess a good way of also thinking, like not necessarily like roll the dice random. I mean more just like is is as I continue is a good way that you just put it. Am I going? Is it predictable? Is what's going to happen predictable, or is it going to be something that's I can't predict? And I
Yeah,
feel like if it's too predictable, then you just get something you walk through. Something that's very linear. You just kind of walk through the experience. But like for instance, your game. If I were to think about what's the randomness, it's like well you don't know what you're going to make. Like as you start to put your thing together, and as you start to connect your dots, you don't know how it's going to shape out. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're going to see at the end, so you have that loop of random. Like I said, it's not true randomness, it's just unique. Every time you go through, the next thing is always going to be a unique something as you move forward. You might have the same mechanics necessarily, but it's going to be something new that you're going to experience. So yeah.
I think like it's something like it is like, so if it like same with puzzle, like if you look at the puzzle and then you know that okay this is so, then you don't have desire to play the game at all. Like tic-tac-toe, you like when you were young you like to play tic-tac-toe, right? And then you get older and then you know how to solve the game, then the game is not fun anymore. So
Hmm.
like yeah, I guess the with like puzzle game, it is will always be made to be solved like same as Ursid, the same thing actually. But we put some sort of mechanic into it so that make the player think about. So it's not like easily solved, but
Right.
still fair enough so that they have clue so that they can still solve it. But doesn't feel like it's just like pull out the ass or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, man. That was that's cool. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what you got coming up. I want I hope that um after your little your expansion there you put on there, I hope you get your additional little bump. Um I hope this episode does well because I think your game
Yeah.
definitely deserves some attention for sure. I think you guys deserve it and I'd like to see where you guys go from here. Um so
Thank you.
well, yeah. Well, right
Yeah.
on, man. I'm gassed. So what I'll do, I'll let you do a little bit of an outro where you basically just give us all of your details, where they can find you, socials, where to find your game. Just give me a full like basically if anyone wants to know anything about you or your game or your company or your studio, let them have it. Let them know everything that they would want to know.
Okay. So yeah, we are Umer Games Work. Well, it is like it is a word that well, I, it's a made up word. So I guess so people would don't know that. So we are Umer Game Work. So it is UMER Game Work, and then you can find us on like the internet, umergameswork.com, or you can find us on Blue Sky, also umergamework.com, or on X or Thread. Just search for Umergamework, and yeah, you will like get the latest news, and then maybe find out what we are building next.
Mm, cool. And you can get it Ursid on Steam
Yes,
and it is
also
out. You can buy it now. Yeah.
and also on HDIL too, if H is more of your thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool, cool. So
Yeah,
I'll definitely get your itch link as well, and I'll put that in with the Steam link, and look forward to a mobile version of it as well. And yeah, man, it was great having you. This was a fun conversation. I had fun. I hope you did too.
yeah, me too. Thank you. It was fun.
Right on, man. Well, it was great talking to you.
Yeah.